Hello, everybody. So I started the live stream, and now I'm going to do the live stream. So, hello, welcome. Today we're going to be doing some coding. We're going to add a sand. I'm going to try to add a sand enemy. Make the crabs smaller because possibly make the crabs smaller because right now they're like humongous, and not that humongous, but maybe make it look. We might make the crabs smaller because if you go over here, if I play the game here. As you can see, this is how big the crab is, which is kind of big. So maybe we'll make the crab smaller, but I don't. It's not set in stone. And we're going to prototype a boombox enemy idea I had. So let's get started. Firstly, I had an idea for like a grave, for like a system that happens every time the player dies, and every time the player dies, it leaves a grave on the spot of where the player died. So maybe there'll be a public variable. So if we go into the player script, player movement script. But also we should probably go into the player health script. So go into the health script. And then where's the part where if dead or if not dead? I think that's if dead. I forgot what that exclamation mark meant. But yeah, no, if not dead. So no, I think this is if dead. Okay, yeah. So if dead, nm.play die, which doesn't work anymore for some reason, but then dead equals true. So I'm thinking right before that, so what's gonna happen? This will make a 2D object. I'm just using this as a prototype. I'm gonna make a 2D object, and this will be the gravestone. It'll be somewhere far. All right, and then when the player dies, right before the player dies, it's going to check the position of the player and then set the X and Y position as a variable. And then, in like some other script for the gravestone, it'll already have the gravestone sprite on it, right? And then it's going to set the gravestone position is going to be where it was recorded. So let's say here. So the player died here. Okay, let me make another thing to represent the player. All right. And then so player example. So imagine this is the player. So the player is playing, then it dies. The player dies. Or the player dies right here. So then the player is going to be sent back to the last checkpoint. So over here. But before it does that, it's going to record where the player was. I think I used the wrong example for it, but nevertheless, before it goes over there, it's going to record where the player was, okay? X of this number and Y of that number. And this square is going to set the X to that number and the Y to that number. So put there. And then the player dies and then goes over there. So the next time, so you go back over there, you complete this part and that part, and you come back here. Then there's going to be a gravestone there indicating where you died. And in theory, that's actually kind of a haunting concept because, like, you see where your past self dies, and that's kind of messed up. But nevertheless, now the player knows, oh, I died here. Or, like, if it's something like over here, for example, then the gravestone is over there. It can see what parts it has to work. The player has to work on, and it's intuitive, and it's a nice notification for the player. So to do that, go to the health script, and then serialize. New header. Would it be a header of health? It's not iframes or movement, but it should I make a new header called dead? No, I'm not going to do that. So, because we want other scripts to reference this, we're going to make the public bool. We're going to make it a public. Would it public float? X position dead. X position dead. Then another float called Y position dead. X and Y. And now, in the health script, we can just say script.parent, or wait. What dot parent? I forgot how to reference the parent. So, wait, let me see. Player spawn. Handle player death. Oh, wait, no, transform.parent. Wait, player oh, wait, no. We can just reference the player transform. So, go to if dead. Right before dead equals true, X position dead equals transform dot vector 2 x vector 2 Now there's probably going to be 5 errors. Let's see what they are. Oh, that's easy to correct. Of course, I'm completely confused, so I'm going to resort to ChatGPT. Or if anybody in the chat knows, okay, so if anybody in the chat knows how to fix this code, let me know, because I am confused. So I made public float, X position dead, public float, Y position dead, then before I set dead to true, X position dead equals transform dot vector 2, and transform is player transform. Does anybody in the chat know how to fix this? Does anybody in chat know how to fix this dilemma? Anybody in chat? Anybody in chat? Alright, I'm going to set a 1-minute timer, and at the end of that, Anybody in chat? Does anybody in chat know? Nobody is saying. Okay. I'm just going to go to ChatGPT. So, what can I help you with? How do I reference the How do I reference the parent of a script's transform X and Y positions in a Unity script? Does anybody in chat know how to do this? Does anybody in chat? Anybody in chat? anybody in chat knows? Does anybody in chat know how to reference the parent of a script's transform X and Y positions in a Unity script? Alright, no one's... So, Does anybody know how to do this? Alright, let's ask ChatGPT because I am confused. Alright. Transform.parent. Oh. Transform.parent. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. So X position dead equals parent transform position.x, and then copy that. Then change the x's to y's. Now this should work perfectly. And then yeah, this should work perfectly. This should work. There is 2 errors. That is the wrong script. Okay, let's figure out. Okay, how do I fix these errors? So, name parent dot transform. Oh. It's a parent dot transform. Now it should work. That doesn't work. I think it's transform dot parent. So all I have to do is delete this and then add parent. Then add another dot. Then add another dot. So now this should work. Spotless. Okay. Now go to player, go to health, and then see the positions. So play. Then go to not that. Health. X position dead. Y position dead. They're both 0. Something is wrong here. Let's pause it. Go to health. Those are not zeros. I don't see zeros. No. Okay. So there's no errors, but the variables aren't changing. Oh. Wait, no. Okay. Firstly, I'm going to copy this code. And so I have a backup. And the next thing I'll do is I'm going to steal their Christmas. And the next thing I do, that was a joke. Okay, so, player transform equals transform. So player transform should be player, no, parent dot position, no, parent dot, no, transform dot parent dot position. Never mind. I have no idea. What does this do? Oh, that's a money bag. Oh. Oh. Take damage. Trigger code. Debug.log. Okay, I'm just going to look through my code until I see what's wrong because I still have no idea. Okay. Public float, X position dead. Public float, Y position dead. I'm going to test it again. So, go to health. Then. Okay. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. So, these should go before anything else. So before the animation plays. Oh, that's what the problem is. It's before the animation plays. So now if I test it, the variables, because the variables are only going to display after the animation is played. So maybe this will work. Pause it. Go to health. Now, let's see. The variables don't display, and I fall endlessly through the abyss. So, that doesn't work. Let's try something else. Okay. So, enum.play equals die. Oh. Maybe I should put it right there? Clear. Clear. Then game, then play. Now do the variables change? Okay. I die, I respawn, the variables still don't change though. So maybe it's referencing. It's a referencing problem. So I'm referencing it incorrectly. So let's try something else. So let's try, okay, if we go, so player transform. Instead of doing, let me go into if dead over here. Let's put this back over there. Instead, just say player transform instead of transform dot player. Maybe that will work. Okay. Transform dot parent. Change that to player transform. And then change this to player transform. It's testing time. Health here. Now. It displayed it. I figured it out. It displays it. What I had to do is just change the variable. I did it. It displays the variables. So now we make a new script. Health objects. Gravestone. Then make a new script called gravestone position. So, first of all, make a new object, call it gravestone. Then, change its sprite. I already have a deaf sprite. Dead. Die 2. Die 2 is a gravestone. It says Rip Bumble. I should probably update it to change it to Bumbleline, because originally the character's name wasn't called Bumbleline, it was called Bumble. So that's this. But this is still a rough prototype, so it doesn't really matter. Then that's the position. So if we set this to 0, 0, we can see that's way too close to the player. Also, it's behind everything, so make the order in layer 2, 3. Just so, no matter what, it stands out. So, all we have to do is make sure it's below the camera. Or just like down here. Like, nobody's going to know about it if it's right there. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody is going to know. Anyway, so now it's time to get coding. Scripts, objects, gravestones, gravestone. Change this to void awake. And then we go to ChatGPT because I have no idea how to reference public variables. Oh, get component. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah. Wait. Nope. On another game object. debug.log. Wait. And then health. Then I would add health script equals other game object dot component. What does other game object do? Oh, okay, I think what it does is health script. So, for this example, so other game object is just what's used to represent the game object with script A. So then get component health. Okay, so void update. Transform dot parent dot position dot x equals health script dot health script dot health script dot x position dead. And then do the same thing for the y position. And now we see how many errors there are. Of course. Transform dot position. Okay, so transform dot position, because it is not a variable. If we go to the health script, how we implemented it is, so what we're going, how I implemented it was this. So I used player transform, and player transform is just transform. So what I need to do is I need to make a new transform. A new player transform, but it's the grave transform. So here, just change this to grave transform. And then I probably referenced, yeah, there's player transform. So we need to make a private transform grave transform. So then, instead of doing transform.parent, we can just do transform grave transform and grave transform. Now it should work. Nope. Alright, does anyone in chat know how to fix this? So, private transform, grave transform, then private health script. Then the health script is referencing this. So then in Awake, I reference this. I reference the health script Oh. Oh. I need to change. Wait. Okay, I think this works. But let me change this to just health. Oh. Wait, no. Player. Then player. Oh. This will make it more consistent. So, then player. Wait, no. Yeah, that's health script. But that's how I do it. I don't think that changed the code or anything, but I think that just made the code clearer. So as I was saying, does anyone in chat know how to fix this? So private transform, grave transform, then private health script. And then the health script is referencing this health script, which has the public float X position dead, the public float Y position dead. And then in void awake, we reference this by saying game object player equals game object find player. And then health script equals player.get component health. The health script is in. The health script is in. The health script is in the player. So that makes sense, I think. I'm asking you. So anyway, like I was saying, as I was saying, so that references the player, then grave transform, private transform, grave transform equals transform. And then in void update, we say grave transform dot position X equals health script dot X position dead. And then grave transform dot position, and then we do the same thing with the Y position. So, does anybody know how to fix this? Comments in chat if you know some way how to fix this. Alright. So, we'll take it to ChatGPT. that makes sense. So, why this error is happening? Cannot modify the return. Sorry, I can't talk today. Cannot modify the return value of transform.position because it is not a variable. The reason that's happening is that I didn't reference vector 3. And if I want to reference the transform, I have to reference vector 3. So what I'd have to do is do this and just copy that. Then it would be grave transform dot position equals new vector 3 void update grave transform dot new position equals new vector 3 health script dot x position dead health script dot y position dead. And then for the z position, grave transform position z, or just make this 0. So now that error should go away. So now if we add this script to the gravestone, it should work. So let's try dying. And it changes. But I don't know why. It's right there as soon as we start. That shouldn't happen. Oh. It's because it's always updating. So at the start, because it's spacing off X position dead and Y position dead, at the start, it's going to be 0 and 0. And then since the Z position is also 0, that would just make it go to 0, 0, 0. And 0, 0, 0 is near the player. So I think what I need to do is go into here and then set it to 0F. And then the current position of the gravestone. So this is the current Y position, negative 138.3, and then I have to go into here and then make it equal that. So now if I save, clear, cannot implicitly convert type double to float. I don't know what an explicit conversion is. So what I'm going to do is look at the code again. So 0f and then that. I received an error stating and then this is my code. That's the health script code. Then all I have to do is put the error in there. So go in Unity. Copy and paste this. Then send. Oh. Oh. I don't notice the difference. Oh, I forgot to add float. Now it should work perfectly. So if we go into player, you can see if we press play, the same issue happens. Okay, public float. Okay, so public float, y position dead equals negative 138.3f. And the f is a float suffix. Then x position is just 0f. So, but if I play the game, it still shows it there. Does anybody in chat know how to fix this? Does anybody in can't talk. Does anybody in chat know how to fix this? All right. So the problem is, again, it's not displaying. So if we go into gravestone position, wrong script. If we go into here, there's something making it not display. So let's change it to a positive number. If we change it to a positive number, does it work? Nope, it still says that. So it's not positive versus negative. That's not the problem. Now we know that. So the problem has to be something else. Now, if I go back into gravestone position, in my mind I just confused gravestone position with mushroom position. Why did I confuse it with mushrooms? Anyway, so if we go here and void update gravestone grave transform dot position equals new vector 3 health script dot x position dead health script dot x position dead and 0. And then 0 is Z. So everything should be working, but it's not for some reason. This isn't that surprising as a game dev. A lot of things will seem like it works, but it doesn't for some reason. So if anybody in chat knows, comment. But if you don't, that I'm just gonna figure this out. So, grave transform the gravestone is originally right here. X0 and Y minus negative 138.3. In the code, it shows it's negative 138.3. In gravestone position, it updates to the health script X position dead, the Y position dead. And yet, somehow, it doesn't display the variables in the health script. Oh, maybe I have to manually do it. Yeah, I think I just had to manually do it. I don't think it was a problem with the code. I think I just had to manually do it. And now it works. Now it shows that. Everything works. Oh, there's still that bug. Oh no! Oh no! What happened? What did I do? No! Oh no! Well, at least we implemented that feature. I am very tired from doing all that coding. Four people just willingly listen to me drink some water. Four people. So now it works. And if we go further in the level, and if you die there, wait, what happened? So you can see the gravestone. I don't know what happened there, though. Then you die. Then you go through the level again. Go through here, and then here. Then you go up here. Then here. You can see the grave. Right there. And you can see your past death. And then, let's say you die over here, right? I also like the bounce that happens when you get killed. That was completely unintentional, but it's still cool. It's still cool. Nevertheless, never. Why did I say nevertheless? This isn't Minecraft. So nevertheless, it's still cool. But as you can see, the gravestone changed positions from here to over there. then if you die here, and again, I like the bounce that happens. That was completely unintentional though. So the next thing I'm going to do is prototype a boombox enemy. But also before I do that, I'm going to prototype this sandal. So, what's gonna happen? I had an idea for an enemy that's basically just a leg. And there's going to be an invisible trigger. And when you collide with that invisible trigger, the leg, a rigid body is added to the leg, enabling gravity and potentially squashing you. Invisible square. I'm going to make it slightly visible for the purpose of content. Then extend it. Then how big should it be? It should be online with this, so it should be around about right here. Then make it invisible. And make it a child of the leg. And then call it an invisible trigger. I gotta hand it to you, though. I'm pretty feeling... Yeah. Nah. Back to work. So, that was a very... never mind. That was just a bit... I'm not... Oh. Sorry about that. That's just some technical difficult. Okay, the bit is over. That was just a very elaborate bit. So, invisible trigger. And then we make a new script. So when the player collides with it, it's going to cause the parent of the the trigger's parent, the parent of the script's parent, which is the leg. And then it's going to add a rigid body to it, which will make it come down and squash the player. But then there's also the potential risk of it falling. Okay, I'm going to stop pretending to be sleepy. So that's going to cause it to fall because it'll enable gravity. And then also, I'll make the what I need to add to the shoe is enemy attack. So this will make the shoe, when it comes in contact with the player will die. And then maybe I'll make it, I'll make the damage, I can't talk today. I'll make the damage 3, and the player only has 3 hearts. So this is an insta-kill. So I'm going to add that. So in scripts, new folder called, I'm gonna add a new folder called triggers. Then a sandal. That's a ridiculous name for a folder, just sandal. I have a sandal folder. Yep, just a sandal. And then sandal trigger script. Sandal trigger. But before I add that, I'm going to add that. So, change this to awake. And then if you go into player movement, void uncollision enter 2D. So get this, copy and paste, then change this to player, because the player has the player layer and the player tag. The player has the player tag and the player layer. The layer player. The layer player. The layer player. The player of the layer. The player. Yeah. Stay. I don't know where I was going with that. So compare tag player. So compare tag player. And then it's going to find the sandal, the leg. Then it's going to add a rigid body to it. And then the leg will fall. So what I would do is I would write transform.player. Transform.parent.parent. So the parent of this, actually no, it would just be transform.parent. No, it would actually be transform.parent.parent because first it references the invisible trigger, and then after that it's going to reference the leg because the invisible trigger is a child of the leg. But I don't know how to add a rigid body. So how do I add a rigid body to an object in Unity? In a Unity script. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that was a pointless question. If I just read what ChatGPT said, I would have avoided. I would have avoided asking ChatGPT this question. But never mind. It's really not that important. I don't think ChatGPT can be annoyed. So it would be transform dot parent dot game object add component rigid body. Then make this a box collider and make it a trigger. And I forgot to add a bracket. Now it should work. And then there's a boat segment. You jump over these. You climb up this ladder of balloons. And then what? Yeah, this doesn't have a rigid body. Okay, looking at this code, does anybody in chat know how to fix this? Oh, I know why it didn't work. I didn't even add the script to the leg yet. I mean the invisible trigger. I didn't even add it yet. So sandal, trigger, save, game, play. I still have to fix that bug. Oh no. What did I do? Oh wait. Now I have to put the gravestone in every level. So world 1. I forgot to copy it. Copy and paste. Then go into world 1. level 2. The tutorial. And I don't really need it in the boss. Should I add it to the boss? I'll do a poll. Alright, while I wait for that poll to get some answers, back to playtesting. Oh no! Why am I so bad at this? This is my own game. And the foot. Still, oh wait, don't destroy on load. Oh. Okay, that's strange. It's still not adding the rigid body to the sandal. Alright. I think that's something for a different live stream. I just want to test one more thing, and I might end it. So this will be, it's a boombox, and it's going to play music, and then how it's going to attack you is basically it's going to send wind, and then you can't pass because the wind will slow you down. Kind of like the one part in Cuphead, the Ribby and Croaks boss fight, and then Croaks turned into a fan, and then it blew Cuphead. It made Cuphead slower. That's the kind of vibe I'm going for. And then it's going to play an audio clip. And just for the sake of testing, I'll just make it forced prototype. Wait, no, the tutorial theme. Just for testing. Oh no. Okay, spatial blend maybe? Or reverb zone mix. Yes, something like that. But the idea is the music is going to emit from here, and then the closer you get to it, the louder the music is going to play. Just an idea I wanted to share. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the live stream. I've been streaming for about like an hour and a half now. And yeah. So have a good day, have a good life, have a good week, have a happy Thanksgiving, and drink